Hi everybody. Got my Howard Dragon shirt on and 90-degree weather. Woohoo! No, I got my air conditioning on, so I'm good. Okay, so we have been talking about two-dimensional shapes and three-dimensional shapes. Now there's a reason that we talked about two-dimensional shapes before we talked about three-dimensional shapes. And the reason is this. Because today we're only going to talk about this three-dimensional shape, which is called a cube. Tomorrow we're going to talk about some of the other three-dimensional shapes, but today's a cube specifically. If you look at any any three-dimensional shape, if you pick it up, you'll notice that a lot of them have flat sides. So if I flip the cube like this, or I flip the cube like this, or I flip the cube like this, or I flip the cube like this, it's on a flat side. Those flat sides are called faces. And those faces are two-dimensional shapes. So if I look at all the faces of this cube, what do you see? That's right, you see a square. So a cube has all square faces. Now, other three-dimensional shapes have different two-dimensional faces. A cube just has squares. So this is called a face, and it's a flat two-dimensional shape that I can sit the three-dimensional shape on. Now, all three-dimensional shapes also have something called edges. An edge is another word for a side. So if I rub my finger right here, this is called an edge. If I flip it this way, this is called an edge, or think of it as a line or a line segment. And another thing all three-dimensional shapes are these things right here. And these are where two edges meet. So I've got an edge here and I've got an edge here. And where it meets is something called a corner. Another fancy word for a corner is called a vertex or a vertice. So if I look here, I see a corner or a vertex, a corner or a vertex, a corner or a vertex, a corner or a vertex. And then if I flip it to the other side, I've got a corner or a vertex, a corner or a vertex, a corner or a vertex, a corner or a vertex. So today with the cube, you're going to be talking about how many faces it has. Those are flat two-dimensional shapes. How many edges it has. Those are the line segments or the sides. And then you're going to talk about how many vertices or vertexes or corners the cube has. Okay? Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.